What's up, everyone? Team JVS back with another X-Men 97 review. We are here with episode 6, and I'm really excited to talk about this. I mean, episode 5 was a masterpiece. And, I was really like, okay, how are they going to kind of compete with it? And they did. I am here with my buddy Sam, the head of Team JVS, and I'm excited to talk about this. I mean, I went into this excited to be able to watch it with you, but it's just like, the energy that episode 5 gave, like the fact that we felt that same kind of hype in this episode was just next level. Like they are doing such a good job with this show. We are 6 episodes in. There's still more craziness to come. I don't know if they'll top anything, but I know it's gonna be great. It's gonna be greatness. And I know it's gonna be great. So, how did you feel about this episode?
No, first off, the emotional damage of episode 5 is something that I felt was very significant. Like I ended up, watching episode 5 a couple times just because I was like, did that really happen? Like, is that really real? And the only issue I have after coming out of episode 5, I was like, y'all might want to bring the creator back. I don't know what he did,
He cooked.
but you might want to bring him back as at least a consultant going into another season, because what's happening right now is on the level that you would get from a season finale.
Nah, my boy was Gordon
And
Ramsay, bro. I'm telling you, he was cooking. Like this was
so
actually insane.
so yeah, I'm satisfied coming out the episode 5. So whatever they made after this, the fact that this is the middle of the season they did that, I mean I was gonna be pleasantly surprised, but they off gate in this episode were like, Ronin the
My
accuser. Wait,
boy.
what? The Creed just randomly, but then he
Dude, I looked at him and I literally said, "Is this Ronin?" And you were like, "I'm not sure." Well, I wasn't even sure, but I saw the hammer, and then as soon as I'm like, "Wait a second, that's the Kree." And then
right,
we saw what Deathbird? What was her name? I can't remember.
yep,
She ended up saying something on the lines of like she was, I don't know, but she was talking her crap, and she was doing that the entire episode. But for her to mention it, it was just, I don't know, it was just so cool, like just a little like cameo type deal. But it was just really cool to see him in
yeah,
action. Just like it didn't need to be long. It wasn't necessary, but it made sense, and
yep.
they like delivered. It was really cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like with this episode, I didn't know what to really expect because I was kind of like, okay, where are we going here? And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we're gonna go with Alondra and her eventual boo, and we were just like, wait, what?
Bro, Charles.
Charles freaking Xavier. And this is the thing, you guys. So if you guys don't know, the original series ended with Charles Xavier not dying, but there was a there was a terrorist attack that happened, and Lalandra and her people ended up taking Charles's body, and they thought that they could be able to preserve his mind and his body and heal him, and eventually he could come back. And basically, I guess for the past year, that's happened. Like he's now suited up, fitted up,
Exosuit.
got
Yep.
his boo on, and
He got the
like
War Machine legs, bro.
right. And the crazy thing about that is so comic accurate. I didn't realize that they were going down this route, but this is insanity. So the
That's
fact
tough.
that you go in and give in reverence to the way that the original series ended, and then capitalizing with bringing Xavier in, the question was going to be, is this the same Xavier that we remember?
Hmm.
And I think they did an amazing job sculpting exactly who Professor Xavier is to the T. And it's kind of like, because of his ideals and his perspective on humanity and life in general, it plays conflictions with what he's trying to be and betroth, like being married to this girl. And it's just interesting watching the passive aggressive issues and the hierarchies happening. And yet again, the show X-Men does a really good job of dealing with race relations and dealing with like people that feel as though there's power and people that are beneath, those that are higher and then those that are different.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of racial discrimination that is kind of thrown shade at Charles in a certain specific way, but it's digestible for us to understand the context where this could be left into play with different people. And I think that in this episode, watching Xavier break that down and taking them to school, I thought that I was like, every single episode finds a way of breaking down those racial barriers. And they don't like force feed it, they just make it something tangible in a way that works with the cartoon, but you're looking at like, oh, this is real. This is what we're dealing with like now. It's the caste system. But yeah, nah, dude, this is crazy with Xavier being back, man.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, we've mentioned this with other shows. It's really impressive when a show can have two kind of separate storylines and make them both as interesting
Yep.
as, and what they had going on with both Charles and Storm on the side was great. I mean, I really hate to say this because Halo has really redeemed itself a little bit, not fully, but it still did really good in season 2.
It
But
did.
I mean, some of the side stuff, like we had the main stuff that we loved, and then we had the side stuff with another side character that we weren't feeling. And I feel like that's kind of a pattern in some movies or shows where we're just not as invested, and that can really pull down an entire episode.
Yeah.
And with this, we have two storylines that are just so crazy. Both were kind of concluded in such a crazy way. It was so good to see Storm not only just getting her powers back, but to get that classic look.
Ooh.
God, bro,
Ooh.
she looked right. She looked good. Like, and compared to like how we had, what was it, with the whole Charles thing, to see him in his element and to see him straight up schooling, quite literally schooling
Mm-hmm.
these people. Oh my God. Like they really managed to pull two separate storylines and just they were competing with each other, dog. They were so good.
Yeah.
So it was so good.
Yeah, I think it's a really good touch point is the fact that the storyline that Storm was dealing with. I mean, if Charles was dealing with race relations and you marry somebody that is a different race or something to that nature, there's always going to be that point of contention. If you look at Crazy Rich Asians, that's literally what's happening in that movie. But with Storm, she has this inferiority complex, and a part of her really just wants to die because it's just been so hard. She's been fighting for so long and she's just tired. She's guilt ridden,
Mhm.
and she felt like on an internal level that her powers are damning the people around her. And it's just not going to get any better. And a lot of times people fall into hopelessness in the midst of their struggle. And, if you're consistently, like considered a mutant, you're always being looked at with a lot of hatred and trepidation. And I think honestly, her being a leader and a cornerstone without Charles being there and with Scott on his way out, I think it was really getting to her on an emotional level. And so they use this demonic bird creature to try to probe into her mind and her psyche to really try to tear her down on different levels. It's kind of just like the questions they start asking, like, you don't owe him anything. Like, he turned his back on you. Will you really go? Like, some of the verbiage in this was so well written that if you go back to this episode, like, you can get a lot from it because she was
Mm,
battling really her own internal demons on a different level because, like, she really didn't owe it to Forge to do it. But because of who she is and who Charles ingrained them to be, like she can't be anything else.
mhm.
And it's just interesting to watch her kind of literally rise from her failure and at the same that time, like her depression that she was left in, so to speak.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that they handled everything perfectly. I don't know. I'm just like I keep telling myself, especially after the last episode, how are they gonna top it? Now after this episode, how are they gonna top it? So I don't know what else to say. I mean, this was a bop. There's no hiding that. I mean, the transition with her and that flying sequence, like it just really made me like I want to see something like this in live action. Like they have done so well with these X-Men characters. If we or when we get them in the MCU, I want them to take inspiration from this. Like they need to realize how cool these characters can actually be. I mean, just to see like the way Storm was like developing these tornadoes while she was just casually flying through or past that river. God, she's so cool. I mean, they've done such a good job with some of these characters, man. It's been so well.
Ooh, we
Well,
gotta we gotta talk about something. We're gonna be real quick about it, but I'm gonna put them up here.
Ah.
So Charles, in the middle of putting them to school, right? He all of
Mhm.
a sudden like started to see like a huge wave or blast, and it was just dead bodies everywhere. And then he saw Gambit, and then he saw Gambit turn into a skeleton, and of course that's
Mhm.
justifying his death.
He didn't see Magneto.
And then after that, like he just shimmied out of it and was like, "I need to go. I need to find my children."
He literally said, "Screw everything here." He's like, "If
Yeah,
it means our relationship is done, that's it." Like he literally said, "If it means our like our little
a
fling." What was the exact? Yeah,
star-crossed link
affair.
and
Yeah,
affair, right?
affair. Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was
bro.
just like,
Bro, they were cooking with this dialogue, dog. But at the end of the
yeah,
day, for him to straight up be like, nah, like this is more important. And he even considered dropping them, but he hesitated, of course, and that was what kind of triggered that little civil war, which was so great.
yep,
Gladiator, such a cool character. This man was dogging these dudes. It was ridiculous to see him to see how strong he actually was. Like he was eating everything,
yep.
and it was just so cool. Like it was just such a well done action sequence. But for it to lead to, of course, him hesitating, to him being like flat out like, all right, if you can't get with this, oh well, this is what's happening. I'm going back. If it means the end of this, boohoo. Like he wasn't taking it no more. Like those are his kids. He was going back. I cannot wait for the reunion.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up, and hear me, this is just a theory. This is just me outwardly thinking.
Mhm.
If Daredevil from the Netflix series is now canon, hold on, and they're bringing X-Men 97, they've already showed the Kree. They've already showed Ronan the Accuser.
And then we get Spider Man.
And and realistically, Spider-Man is going to be involved with what they did with Echo, leading to Fisk and leading to XYZ. That's all gonna happen. But with this, what if the way that Gambit comes back is this a multiverse situation? Only reason why I say that is because right now there's so much damage that's about to happen, and they're already going back and forth in time. And reason why I bring this up is think about Marvels. The Marvels show, I'm sorry, the Marvels movie, the way that it ended
Was
was
with
with
Monica. Yeah.
it was the X-Men that we're looking at right now. So I'm
I don't know
saying,
about that. I don't
so
know about that. They
why?
never confirmed that. They never
Why?
confirmed that.
It's Kelsey Grammer. What do you mean? So
They never. Kelsey Grammer isn't the X-Men 97 beast.
is he? Isn't he?
No,
Isn't he?
he's the
So
X-Men from
okay,
the
just
movies
just
from
just just
before.
just riff with me for a second. What if this X-Men 97 is leading to the same X-Men that we're gonna get on a live action format?
I don't want them ruining it. Nope.
I didn't I didn't say I never
I
said
think
they're
what
not
we
ruining
have
it.
here is fantastic. I wouldn't mind them bringing these characters to live action in like Secret Wars for a cameo, but there's no way I want them like actually involved heavily, because they are what they're doing like with this like continuing such a great story. They are killing it.
Right.
And it is so easy like to butcher something that's perfect.
What all I'm saying is that what if they keep everything that's happening here? The same exact storyline is happening. The way that because the reason why I'm saying this, Bizzy, is because it feels like they're setting up a world that is 97 and going somewhere with it. And that's all the reason why I'm saying that. And I just know that at this point now, I can confirm that Gambit is dead, but there's no way they're going to keep him dead. There's no way they're going
I
to keep
know. But
So,
I don't want to see that, because the strain that would cause on Rogue, because they're gonna be like, oh, well, then they can push the relationship with Magneto. But at the end of the day, Rogue isn't gonna be cool with that. Like she's gonna be seeing the man she loved. She wouldn't go for that. So we would just see a depressed Rogue. And I don't want to see that. I love Rogue.
it's
Hearing her all happy with her southern accent makes my
she,
day.
the
We're not
next
ruining
episode,
that.
she's absolutely going to be depressed.
100%. And I only can do one episode of that, but I don't want them bringing a Gambit from another universe who has no care for Rogue. I mean, it would be interesting if that version of Gambit lost his Rogue where our rogue lost Gambit. I could see that working. I would get behind that, but I don't see them pulling that off.
Why? Why don't you see them
I've
pulling
been
it off?
hurt too many times. I don't think
This
that
is
they
the
would do
animated.
something
This is the
that
animated
good
series that you just are praising. What at this
because
current
they
time
they
they
got
are
rid of the
cooking.
writer. The writer's not there no more.
But he's written at least 2 seasons at this point, or at least a season and a
Are we
half.
sure?
I don't know.
You just saying stuff.
All I'm saying is that I feel like they brought X-Men 97 back for a reason. I really do.
Money.
No. The reason why, okay, I'll say it like this. The reason why they brought Daredevil back is because they have established characters that have established storylines, and they don't have to go and work backwards.
But
They can
Daredevil's not.
continue
It's
to
not
make.
multiversal though. It's not
No, 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 no.
multiversal.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
You're
I'm
just saying
saying
it's
that
easier for them to like continue. Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's different when this is a whole different universe.
why? They've already established that there's a multiverse situation where they're bleeding into it. Hypothetically
Because
speaking,
we're
let's just
getting
say,
a character that was a main thing. Oh no, that's a spoiler, and I know you don't look at teasers. Never mind. I can't talk to you. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think my theory is that the Marvels, that end credit is going to lead to whatever they're trying to do.
I'll give you $10. If you were right, I will give you $10.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard that live. This is a 10 out of 10 episode for me. I thought this was great, and it gave me so much to be excited for. And yeah, I'm hyped. I'm really hyped. Oh, that's not 10 out of 10. This is A or A plus, 8 A plus. So
I'm giving it an A. Yep. It's really hard. I don't even think. Did we do a review? We didn't do a review for 5.
Y'all did a review for 5.
Did we post it?
Nope.
Slacking dog.
I'm posting tonight.
Such a bop. Such a banger. Man, so good. A plus. I mean, I think like A pluses need to be perfect. I don't really often hand that out, and I'm close. I really do. I really am. I mean, episode 5 was beautiful.
5 was A plus.
Episode 5 was beautiful, and this is up there. But if I'm being completely honest, it competes with it. It's up there. But episode 5 just took so much out of me. I mean, literally, Cable showing up at that last second was beautiful. The Watcher being in the episode
that was freaking insane.
Blew my mind.
Again,
I didn't realize that. Okay. I get it a little bit. You could have brought that up as an example, but you didn't. Damn, I'm losing $10. But at the end of the day, it's still episode 5 was great. And episode 6 is great as well. But man, I need episode 7. Like I need this.
Wait, how many episodes is in the season?
I think it's more than 8, but let me double check X-Men because I could go for 15.
All right.
How many episodes?
So Bizzy.
73, 10 episodes.
Okay, bet. All right, Bizzy. Where can everybody find your content, man?
Bizzy Braun on Bizzy Braun. Bizzy Braun everywhere. Bizzy Reactions on Instagram. And you can find me doing reviews over here on TeamJVS.
Yes, sir. Bizzy's got his Superman curl for whatever reason, but
no, it's literally just how it is. Like I'm not doing this on purpose. Today I forgot to brush my hair, so it just dried like this. And I keep going like this to fix it, but then when the headphones go too back, it just happens.
I mean, I got a Superman curl, but we'll be back along. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Oh my God, no, stop, Bizzy, no.